I'm gonna tell you, there are so many things that I don't like about this city. There's actually a couple things that I don't like. To me, they run the city in a way sometimes that I just don't concur. But I'm not gonna get into that in this channel. This is a place where I talk about, fun things, not like things that upset me. I do that in the Jarhead 6 channel, on the regular channel. That's the channel for me to complain. But anyways, one of the things that I'm going to tell you that I love about Palm Coast, other than if you move down to Florida, the prices are getting out of control, is that the city does take care of the city so well. Like, look at those medians. Like, well, the grass is beautiful, the trees are beautiful. They truly do a great job, making sure that everything is okay. And I do appreciate that. Those guys do a great job. I mean, again, thank you so much for doing that. But anyways, that's not what I'm talking about in this video. Really not. What I'm talking about in this video is that moment. That moment where I thought I was going to hit a car. And that moment when I thought that I was done. That moment when I thought the front of my Harley was going to just like smash against this vehicle. And not other than that, guess who was behind me, guys? Stacy. She was right behind me, and she proceeded to stop the car and tell me a couple things that I'm just not going to share here. Really not. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Man, that 88 gets hot. I feel it. Better not touch your pipes. Let's go, baby. She moved for a cow, but she moved. How much faster you gotta go? Anyways, so here's the thing, guys. Sometimes you gotta understand your bike, and sometimes you gotta know the capabilities of your bike. And if you don't know that, if you don't get comfortable with your bike, if you don't understand what your bike can do, if you don't understand everything related to your motorcycle, and you have that practice, bad things may happen. And really, the reality is to try to ride as safe as you can, right? I know I'm not a big safety guy, like I'm not wearing gloves and things, but nevertheless, there's some things that I try to do. Like, I don't try to hit 100 miles per hour in 2 seconds. I'm not 20 something no more. Back with the Gixxer 750, those were different times. But not now. Now I'm just a 40-year-old man on a Road King trying to have a good time. That's about it, right? So, again, it's just interesting that sometimes if we don't get to learn a motorcycle, things like this could happen. So, here's the thing, and I'm going to show you the spot specifically where I almost crashed for you guys to check it out. And definitely share any stories that you may have down in the comment section below. I appreciate everybody that watched, by the way. I appreciate everybody that put comments and all that. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. This is something that I've been doing for quite some time, and I'm enjoying it so far. And definitely, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. If this is the first time you come to one of my videos, definitely make sure you subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Let's go. We're moving. So here's the thing. This is an 05 Road King. As a 05 Road King, there is many things that this bike does not have, right? It doesn't have ABS. It doesn't have any other fancy things that new motorcycles have, right? Like, whatever they come, traction control and other fancy things that I don't know what they are, that I probably never gonna get because I'm really not buying a bike now. And it's gonna be a while before I can afford a new motorcycle, right? So a lot of those things that are really nice to have, that are amazing, and in my opinion, probably very beneficial, I don't have. So I pretty much have a bare bone motorcycle, right? Just playing all Road King Classic 2005 with none of those things. And not other than that, is that if you know anything about Harleys, you know that the old motorcycle, the old Harleys have horrible, just horrible brakes, right? They're really not good enough. I've been wanting to take this front brake off, and I've been wanting to, like, I don't know, clean them out, maybe check the pads or something. There gotta be something. I've seen some videos here on YouTube of people, you know, working on the front brakes. I'm making it a little bit better. I'm not really that good as a mechanic or anything like that, really horrible. But maybe I could make it work a little bit better, right? So again, no traction control, no ABS, no front brake being good, you know, just crappy front brake. That should tell you that you have to be extra careful, right? Because you don't really have any room for mistakes. You really don't have any room to make a mistake, and that it is what it is. And you know what? There's some people out there that kind of prefer this. I don't know why, but there's some people out there that go like, man, I don't want ABS, man, I don't want traction control, I don't want none of those things. I don't really know why. I mean, I'm not experienced enough to be like, I don't want those things, because I'm really a good rider. I mean, I consider myself a decent rider, but if I could get a bike with all those fancy bells, I would. You know, I would just get it to give me that extra advantage. And I know this because I rode Tactical Man 2020 Road King, you know, with a 114 on it. And the moment that I sat on that bike, I was like, wow. I mean, constant, like automatically a difference, right? Like I was like, wow, this is so much easier to ride. That was the first thing that I kind of thought to myself. I was like, man, this is really easy to ride. But again, I was here in this lane, and Stacy was actually behind me on her car. And as I'm driving down right here in this spot, you know, I wasn't really giving myself enough space between me and the other vehicles, right? I wasn't really paying attention. I don't know, guys. You know, it was just one of those moments. We all had them, I guess, where you're not really fully committed to what's going on. Maybe I was thinking about unicorns, maybe elephants, maybe, I don't know, tigers. Maybe I was thinking about becoming a tiger or something. I have no idea. All I know is that I'm driving down this road, and out of nowhere, you guys see a couple lights up there. There is traffic, and I have to hit the brake. But as I'm hitting the brake, you guys know the deal. Can't stop this thing. This Road King Classic is probably, you know, 700-800 pounds. I don't know. I gotta figure out how much it is, or how heavy it is for you guys. You know, I didn't have the trunk back then. It was just the bags. And I hit the brake, and I almost hit the car to the point that I had to throw myself into the grass. You know, not throw myself, throw the bike, not throw the bike, move the bike. There we go, into the grass. And I'll show you guys that spot where it happened, right? Because I mean, it was kind of scary, very, very scary, actually. There we go. So I'm riding, doing my thing, just doing my thing, and it was not here yet. It's coming up. I think that it was, man, forgive me if I forgot exactly the right spot, but I think it was over here, coming up. All right, I think it was right here. So as I'm coming down here, I realized that there is all this traffic, and I can't stop. And I actually believe that I'm pulling to this grass right here. You guys see that grass? I'm pulling to that, and half of my bike, literally, half of my bike was, you know, like I passed the vehicle, right? Like my front tire is where the driver is. So meaning that I would have rear ender that car really, really bad. Now, a couple things that I want to mention about that, right? Actually, before I get into that, Stacy pulls right next to me, opens the window of her car, and continues to tell me a couple things because, I'm a dad to the children. Um, you know, I'm her husband, obviously, and I'm pretty sure Stacy loved me so much that doesn't want me to die in a motorcycle. And let's just say she's not a fan of this bike. She's not. She used to be years ago, but not no more. Since we had little Manny, not no more. So again, she proceeded to tell me a couple things. Again, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it like that. And then I go home, and obviously, as a good man that I am, I pretend nothing happened. I just go home and I mind my own business. Like, hey, baby, how was the day? Everything okay? You know. But yeah, she was mad. But anyways, as I understand that, is a couple things that I want to mention. One, first of all, and really, really important, guys, you got to pay attention. Sometimes recording these videos and things like this, I don't think I'm unsafe because, obviously I have a camera in my helmet. I got a camera out there. So really, I'm not touching anything. But you got to be careful. You got to be really, really safe. Don't get into la 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 land in your head where you're not paying attention and something bad could happen. So be really, really careful with that. So really, really got to be driving aggressive, got to be paying attention, got to make sure that you're giving yourself the space that is necessary. You got to clear your right, your left, or not, and all that good stuff to make sure that you're safe and understand your motorcycle. In that case, I want to say that if I would have had ABS, traction control, because I kind of, like my back tire was locked when I hit the brake and all that stuff. If I would have had ABS, I probably would have been okay. I think I would have been okay. If I would have had all those fancy things, I think I would have done just fine. But I don't. And because I don't, I need to understand that. And I need to realize that, you know what? I need to give myself extra space. I need to give myself an extra, pay extra attention. Because I know that my bike doesn't have those things. And you know what? It may result in something bad because ultimately we want it right, safe. So anyways, this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna walk into the CVS. I gotta get some things for headaches, and or actually Walgreens, and then I'm gonna ride home because wow, it looks like it's gonna rain, pretty bad. So I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. We got more videos coming up, and as always, God is in control.